Welcome to the product tutorials on editable fields available in an invoice in the invoicing module of Replicon. I'm now logged into the Replicon instance. In order to learn about the editable fields available within an invoice, let's go to the billing tab and let's move to the invoice section. Let's open an existing invoice and learn about all the editable fields that are available within this invoice. To start with, invoice number is an editable field. You can start typing if you want this number to be a combination of text and a number, a combination of text, special characters and a number, or if you want this invoice number to be another number. Just start typing and the number would be changed automatically. This field by default follows a sequence which starts from the number 1 and goes on. If you change the invoice number to be a combination of text, special characters and number, or a combination of text and number, the next invoice that gets generated will carry the same default number which this had carried. In our example, it was 25. However, if you change this field to be a number alone, say I change it to be 100, then the sequence still carries on, but when it reaches 100, the system skips this number because an invoice consisting of this number exists in the system already. The next is to choose the client. You can choose any client that you want to, and the billing address gets generated automatically based on what you have input in the client info. However, this field is also an editable field and the billing address can be changed according to your requirements. You can input a description if you would want to. You can change the date of issue, your payment terms, you can input a PO number, and you can also decide the currency. Moving to the line items, you can choose what the units and the rate can have be. In order to do so, click on the units, change it to the number that you would want it to be, and the system would show you a cutout of the initial amount and the final amount displayed here. Please note that this is not the format that would come up in the final invoice. The final invoice will always have the final amount that you have input here. You can make as many changes here as you want. However, the system will always show you the first amount, which in our case is 16 hours, and the final amount that you input. Let me show you that with an example. If I change the hours to be 9, the system would show me 16 hours and finally 9 hours. It would not show me the change which I had made for the 10 hours. A similar way can be followed for the rate as well. Click on the rate and change as per your requirement and you would see the same format here. Like I said, this would not be visible in the final invoice. The final invoice will always carry the final rate that you have input here, which is 90 in our case. This is how you can edit the units and rates. The next editable field is a note for the customer. This will be shown on the invoice and is a special note that you would like to add for the client. Lastly, the field called internal notes is editable. This field is not visible for the client. This is an internal field which is visible to anybody who after you comes and looks at the invoice. This field is useful in many examples. Taking one, where a client calls you and consults about this particular invoice and you would like to make a note for the next billing manager to see. You can input the notes here and any person after you who comes and opens this invoice will be able to see these notes. These are all the editable fields available within the invoice. Thank you for watching the video. Did you know that you can now get in touch with Replicon using Replicon Community? In order to access Replicon Community, on the home page, go to Customer Zone and then click on Community. You can now sign in or register and start posting your ideas, queries, questions, and one of our product management team members or the Replicon specialists will get in touch with you immediately.